What's up, everybody? How's it going? You guys all surviving another day of quarantine?
Yep.
Yeah. Got my camera working now. All right, we got some people still coming in. I'm gonna keep letting them in, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. So obviously Wednesday night, 6 o'clock practice, trying to keep things. I was talking today with somebody about how important having these in the evening was to keep us in our routine. As soon as we get back to going back to things, we want to make sure that we're not, all in a funk and takes us a while or 2 or 3 weeks to get back in our routines. That's why I'm telling you guys to make sure you're going to bed on time, get plenty of rest, plenty of sleep, get your normal sleep hours. We're doing the Tuesday, Thursdays at 9 a.m. That's to get you guys up and out of bed, to get used to doing that at least twice a week when I can help out. But tonight we have another good guest speaker with us, Coach Keenan Haggerty from University, or is it Maryville University or University of Maryville?
Maryville University, yep.
Maryville University. All right, so Coach Haggerty is he's been there for a couple of years, wrestled there, was an All-American for Coach Denny there, and he's got a lot of good stuff. I always enjoy talking to Coach. So if you need anything from me, just chime in. Otherwise, I'm going to mute myself, and you can have at it.
Well, likewise. Thanks, Coach.
Got it.
Always like sharing some wisdom with you every time I get to see you. Unfortunately, the time that I would have to see you right now is taken from us, but I get to see you on the computer. So, taking the next best thing right now. But I just kind of wanted to, when Coach asked me to talk with you guys, I wanted to first off say thank you. Thanks for allowing me to join your group, join the, I noticed on the invite, it said elite group. So I don't know if this is the elite group or not, but he said you were, so I believe it. And I think that what you guys are doing is making you one of the elite groups. You're on here, you're taking the time to get better and finding ways to get better when you don't necessarily have to, I guess. Like a lot of other people are probably sitting at home enjoying this time off playing video games. How many of you guys play video games? Me too. But this is a time to get better. And there's kind of two things I want to leave you with. And they're both little sayings that my high school coach, who was my dad, and then Coach Denny, who was my college coach and now the head coach that I work for, have said over and over, and they're kind of instilled in my mind. And I think they both relate to the current situation. I think that what you guys are doing is the reason that this sport is headed in the right direction. There's probably other sports right now that are taking time off. We didn't get to wrestle our national tournament. There's a lot of people that are coming back home like, man, I'm stuck at home, just watch some TV. I'm not going to recruit. I'm not going to do this or that with our team. Just to give you an idea, we just got off the phone with a sports psychologist. Okay. If you don't know what that is, you can Google it in your free time. We just got off the phone with a sports psychologist who has worked with athletes like Jordan Burroughs and Dale Earnhardt Jr. His name's Dr. Jack Stark. Okay. He's out of Nebraska, and he works very closely with Coach Denny. And he's one of the best at what he does with sports psychology. But those are the types of things that we're trying to do with our team to take this time and get better. We can't sit back and relax because it's going to catch up to us. We've got to get better. And these kind of things, it's just a different type of obstacle, right? It's just a different type. There's injuries, there's mental health, there's nutrition, there's flat tires and all this. This is just a different type of obstacle. Nobody really knows how long it's going to last or what the outcome at the end is really going to be. But what you can do right now is control what you can control, and this is kind of, we call these, as Coach Denny would say, we call these delightful challenges. obstacles or adversity or things like that. It's a delightful challenge. Okay, how do you look at it? Is this a roadblock? Is a roadblock something where you just like you're stuck, you can't get past it, or is it a delightful challenge where you got to take a second, think about it, and get around it, or get over it, or go through it, however you want to think about it like that. But guys, you're in the same position as Jordan Burroughs. Everybody knows who Jordan Burroughs is, right? Yeah. He's probably the best wrestler in the world, I think. Well, we got some other good ones on our team too. So I don't know if that's quite the same, but anyways, he's one of the best to ever do it. But he's facing the same challenge as you guys are right now. He was getting ready to go compete at the Olympics, right? Well, if he made the team, but he was getting ready to go train or compete at the Olympics, and they said, no, you got to wait another year. All right. So don't think that this is just you. There's a lot of other people going through a delightful challenge, and it's okay to be upset at it. It's okay to be, a little bit anxious. Like, man, I was getting ready to go compete, do some freestyle or Greco or do that. But you're not the only one. Okay. There's other people going through it. But the first thing I want to do is give you this one note that my dad always said. Okay, this was the first message that he always told us pretty much every practice, and it's become your own best coach. Okay, become your own best coach. Coach Haynes, I'm sure you've heard that before, right? You've heard him say that. So I didn't necessarily understand what that meant while I was with him. I was like, I live with my coach. I get to hear him talk to me every day about being a better person, better wrestler, but become your own best coach. Okay. Be able to make the decisions that you need to make when your coach isn't there, or when your parents or your relatives or those people that you look up to aren't there. Use what they've taught you to become your own best coach. And that's been something that I think has got me a long ways in my wrestling career, in my academic career through high school and college, now in my professional career. I think it's gotten me a long ways because I've made some decisions that maybe other people wouldn't have made at that particular point. So knowing the right decision when those people aren't there, I think is a critical thing for you guys to do. The next thing is what Coach Denny always says, and that's survive and prosper. Okay. Survive and prosper. You don't just survive and you don't just prosper. Okay. You have to do them together. All right. If you survive and prosper, you're finding a way to get through those obstacles or those delightful challenges, right? You're prospering. You're getting better from them. What are you guys doing right now? You're prospering, right? You're taking the time when others are not to get better, to make ground, move forward. So I think that that's a huge, kind of testament to who you guys are, taking this time to get better. And I know you guys have probably the highest of goals, and you're not going to do them without surviving and prospering. I see some wrestling mats in the background. I see some yoga mats in the background, all kinds of things. I don't have a wrestling mat in my house, but I'm still trying to find a way to survive and prosper. I got to stay in shape too. Coach always says you got to stay in fighting shape, right? So that's what you guys got to do. You got to stay in fighting shape. So when that time comes, you guys are going to be ready. I see you guys are already practicing in fighting shape. So, but I want to remind you guys that you're not the only ones going through this, but you might be some of the few that are prospering. What are some things that you guys have already kind of done through this time to get better? What are some things that you guys, your workouts or your training, your watching video? Coach, do you guys have them watch video or watch some film? Do you send out links to, world team members? What are you guys doing?
Well, we've just got these online classes really up and going. I think on the first one, which was Sunday, we shared a technique video that we were going to try to watch on here, but I was pretty new to the platform and we weren't able to get it to play on here. Well, we could play the video, but we couldn't hear any of the sound. So through the chat, I sent it as a link, and I heard several of them already pulling it up and watching it. So
Yeah.
that was more video of technique video. So we covered a little bit of technique, but that way they could kind of go on their own and see someone else teaching it as well. But that's really the extent so far. But we've really tried not to go over about 45 minutes to an hour on these just to keep people focused.
Sure.
And Coach Tyrell Todd did a great job on Monday night, and he talked for a while, which was great. I'm not complaining at all. But we kind of ran a little short and didn't want to keep him as long. We ran through a little bit of technique and a little workout. And that's kind of what we've been doing, trying to figure out what's the best use of our time right now. So throwing as much at them as we can and finding out what actually works with this platform. But yeah.
Are you guys all still in classes right now? Are you taking classes online using, what are you guys doing?
We're taking online classes.
Are you in high school right now?
Yes.
Okay. What high school you at?
Ladue, Horton Watkins.
I've got online as well. So.
Yeah. I think, I think this is kind of a very unique and great opportunity. You guys are being challenged and forced to learn other tools that we probably had that you had no idea. We could have been doing this for so long, this Zoom thing, right? We're being challenged and forced to learn. It's just like wrestling, technique. There's all these other things out there, but until you're forced to actually learn them, you just really don't know about them. It's kind of what you don't know what you don't know. And I think this is actually a great opportunity for us to learn different avenues, different ways to get better. And so now think when everything goes back to normal, you add this on top of it. You combined it, you put everything in your toolbox. So I think this is all great stuff. Kind of what I was getting at, I was asking you what tools you're using to, get better, and how are you watching film, or how are you training? You guys have got to be students of the sport. I'm talking to you through a wrestling point of view, right? This is a, Thoroughbred Wrestling Academy meeting, but you guys have to be a student of the sport as well on your own. That's part of becoming your own best coach. And those are all things that have been taught to me. That's not me, preaching my own lesson that I've come up with. Those are things that people have shared with me, mentors, coaches that have instilled in me. So I'm just passing that on to you. You guys have got to take the responsibility to be students of the sport. Even when coaches and having you doing these Zoom meetings, I used to love looking on Flow Wrestling. Flow wasn't too big when I was growing up and competing, but I used to love watching YouTube highlights, going back and watching my film. It's so much easier for you guys to access now. So I would recommend that. I used to idolize my teammates. I always had every place I've been, youth club, high school, college, I had a teammate that I wanted to be like. I wanted to grow up and be like them. And even at the senior level, man, watching John Smith, guys that are kind of my era, David Taylor's, Kyle Dakes, Jordan Daringer, I wanted to be like those guys, and that's okay, but you're not. You're your own person. So what can you take from them and put in your toolbox? Be a student of the sport and add it to your own style. You're your own style. Nobody's like Jason Nolf because he's his own person. You can learn tricks and tips from him, but you got to put it in your own game plan. You may not wrestle like him. You may not have the strength or whatever it may be, but you got to put it in your own game plan and be individualized. Coach, what else have you guys been doing? Some other things that what's coming up? What are you guys preparing for? Are you is this temporarily what the avenue you're going to go?
Yeah. This is basically our option right now. And something you kind of touched on was, I think that a lot of us within wrestling especially that have been around for a while, we have that mentality, and you can say it came from wrestling, or maybe we were good at wrestling because of the mentality, but it's like, you just, like you said earlier, when you hit a roadblock, you just figure out, how am I going to get around it? What am I going to do about it? I don't accept that we just can't practice. I don't accept that we just can't get better right now because of this situation. Like,
Right.
the way we're going to figure it out. And it may not be the preferred option. It may not be the best thing, but it's the next best thing. And we got to figure out, that's that same idea of, when we talk to kids about coming through the backside and taking third, it's like, well, you can't take first now. So it's next best thing. And that's refocus, recalibrate. And that's where we're at right now, is just kind of figuring it out. So right now our schedule is we do these practices on Sunday afternoons at 2, and then Monday and Wednesdays at 6. And it generally consists so far of a guest speaker, a little technique session, a short little workout, and then some mindset training. And we go through that. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we meet in the Zoom again, and we go at 9 a.m. and that's all just workout. So we just do like a 30-minute circuit workout. And right now that's kind of what we're doing. I know it sucks because we've been doing a lot of parterre and parterre defense, because when you have a living room and you don't have a wrestling mat, that's probably one of the easiest things to start learning, and time that you can spend getting better and understanding those positions without a lot of room or mats or things like that. So learning how to just move our body, that's basically what we've done the last 2 practices. We're going to get into some leg lace stuff tonight, and leg lace defense tonight too. Yeah. That's kind of what we're doing. That's the best of what we got right now.
I want to give you guys kind of the harsh reality. Okay. There's always going to be obstacles. Every person will run through an obstacle at some point in their life. Not everybody's going to be the same. Not everybody's going to handle it the same way, but you're always going to have obstacles and delightful challenges, right? But it's your decision how you're going to handle that. Okay. Not everybody's going to have an injury. Not everybody's going to have food on the table at home. Not everybody has, a parent to take them to the tournament or whatever the case might be. Everybody's going to have something. And it may hit you sometime down your life. Right now in college, what the number one, I don't know it's phrased, but mental health right now is like the number one factor among college students. Anxiety, depression, and those types of things. I bet nobody at your age thought about that. That, man, I'm going to go to college and I'm going to get homesick, right? You just don't think about that. But it's an obstacle. It's real. You can't avoid it. So, how are you going to get through it? How are you going to get through that delightful challenge? Who are you surrounded with that's going to help you get through it? That's a huge thing. Your surroundings, the people that you involve yourself with. But then, Coach, you talked about coming back and taking third at a tournament, and, the next best thing. I think that is a huge, huge, I want to underscore that big time. Character under adversity means so much to people. When you can demonstrate character under adversity, which we're under adversity right now, right? Character under adversity is a big, big thing. And if you guys want to be recruited, I'll tell you that's a good way to get yourself out there, right? Character under adversity. Everybody trains to be first. Everybody does sprints to be first. They're not thinking, man, I'm going to do these sprints, I'm going to come in third, right? Everybody trains to be first, but not everybody can be first, right? But you give everything you got and you demonstrate character under adversity, you're going to go a long way in life. And I think that's a huge thing. And Coach, I would underscore that, italicize that, bold it, make it as, but I think, you train to be the best. You definitely train to be the best. But
all right, I got a pop quiz for our kids, and we did a giveaway the other day. We'll do another one now. How about that? So Colin won the giveaway. He still hasn't sent me what shirt he wants. But we're going to do a giveaway. So when you're talking about adversity under pressure, character under pressure. I'm getting my words mixed up. Character under adversity. I'm mixing everything up. I can't talk. I'm trying to think of the question that I'm about to ask. All right. So the question is, what core value would that associate the most with? That's the question I'm asking. So character under adversity. Character under adversity.
What are your core values?
Wouldn't that be the one that talks about thankfulness?
No. I'm sure you could probably draw some parallels there, but that's not the one that probably has the most common with,
CEO. That's what your
character under adversity.
challenge yourself. It's kind of about being.
Leadership.
You can be one.
Patrick, you got an answer?
Leadership.
Peterson.
Leadership.
What? Leadership. We have 5 core values.
Yeah.
We have 5 core values on the wall. Am I gonna have to
What
pick
are
up
your
the
core
computer
values?
and carry you guys to the wall?
CEO.
Here we go. I'm gonna move my computer.
How do you not know these?
All right, what do you guys think? Right here.
Two.
What is it, Calvin?
Two. I called it first. Two.
No, Calvin said it first. What is it, Calvin?
Two.
What is it?
Thrive in difficult situations. Learn to love them.
That's right. Learn to love them. Thrive in difficult situations. Here, I'm gonna go ahead. Everybody mute yourself. Camera won't go on.
That's like a double answer. That was teamwork right there.
That's right. Okay, so right here. I don't know. Can you guys read that? All right.
Go a little bit closer, coach.
A little bit closer. A little bit closer. Right here.
There you go.
Okay, so learn to love them. Thrive in difficult situations. A thoroughbred understands how important it is to go outside of our comfort zone. A thoroughbred always perseveres and always finds a way. And a thoroughbred embraces hard work and being uncomfortable. So if that isn't character under adversity, I don't know what would be.
So I want to give you a little example. And this isn't to toot my own horn or anything. It's just relevant. It came to my mind. Okay. Today I went on a run. All right. This morning I went on a run, and my girlfriend and sister, they were walking the dogs, and the lap is almost exactly 1 mile. And I basically wanted to do 2 laps by the time they did 1. All right. Well, I get through about 2/3 of the second lap and I still don't see them. I had a decision to make. I was like, man, all right, do I just chill out and kind of jog, or do I sprint, hope that I see him and catch him? And it wasn't until about the last 100 yards, I turned this corner of the last hill, okay, the biggest hill of the whole lap, that I had to sprint, dead sprint. And I had to make that decision again. Am I going to jog, just coast it, call it a day? Why would I ever want to do this, But because we love the challenge. Wrestlers love that challenge, right? All of them do. They love that challenge. And I made it. There was probably about 75% doubt that I wasn't going to catch him. But that 25%, that 20%, oh man, I loved it. I loved it. And I ended up catching him about 20 feet from the house. And so when you start feeling like you can't do something, or you're getting a lot of resistance with what you're doing, love that feeling. Love that feeling, because that's where the growth happens. That's where you feel the excitement and all the joy from the accomplishment. So continue to put yourself in uncomfortable situations, as number 2 would read on your wall. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. A thoroughbred. We call one of our wrestlers a stallion. And I think that's such a compliment. A stallion. He used to tell us that, a stallion is one of the only mammals, something like this. It was one of the only mammals that will run till complete exhaustion and kill himself. That's a thoroughbred, right? Just because they just keep going. They love to be uncomfortable. I loved that. I had no idea. He grew up on a farm, right? He used to say that, he felt like he could do that. You know, it's kind of Dan Gable style, you know. He would go until complete exhaustion. I don't know if I've ever felt complete exhaustion. I felt pretty tired, but I love that. So just go
That's
ahead.
That's one that I've posed people that question a lot, and they always lie to me in the first of the answer. I say, have you ever been so tired that you couldn't get up and walk off the mat? They're like, oh, yeah. And I said, no. Like, seriously, like, have you ever been so tired after a match that you physically, like, someone had to come pick you up and carry you off the mat? And I'm not talking about that they did it. I'm saying that they had to do it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, some of us have probably had someone carry us off before. They probably didn't need to do it. We could have done it. Right? But I said, how many times have you ever been so tired that you couldn't stand up and walk off the mat? Then you always got a little bit more, like, you know, and trying to get them to understand that very rarely, I've never seen anybody so tired that they couldn't get off the mat. I've seen some international guys act like they were so tired they couldn't.
I think that's all part of the plan for them. I got a quick trick for you. Okay. We just did this with our athletes today, about an hour ago. Okay. This is pretty cool. And it's very, very simple. All right. This talks about mental toughness, or you can relate it to complete exhaustion. All right. Everybody raise your hand as high as you can, right? Raise your hand as high as you can. Put it up as high as you can. All right. You got it there? Now go just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Go a little bit more. That much, right? You could raise your hand that much more. But why didn't you do that when I first said that you should raise your hand as high as you can? It's because you don't really know your own limit, right? You don't really know your own limit. You don't know what if you saw somebody else reach their hand higher than you, you'd probably stretch it a little bit more, right? That's competition. That's the challenge. That's what we love. Why we wrestle is to prove that we're better than someone else, or that our skills are sufficient in that particular time.
All right. So this isn't for a t-shirt. Calvin already won the t-shirt. What core value are we talking about right there? The competition aspect. That if someone else raised their hand higher, you would want to raise your hand higher. Anybody? What core value is that? Not everybody all at once. Oh man, I'm disappointed. I thought you guys knew the core values better. Coach Jesse says he knows it.
We have the same type of things in our dojo. These are important things.
Coach Jesse,
5.
number one, what one is it? What's it called?
Challenge each other.
Be a CEO, right? Challenge each other. That's the competition aspect. A thoroughbred knows that our teammates love to be challenged, right? We know that we love a challenge.
Out there?
Who said that? All right. Nobody wants to chime in. That's okay.
Are you talking? I said that, but my dad said it probably wasn't it.
Dang.
That's all right. I appreciate you thinking about it. I appreciate all you guys, even just being here. You know, that's a big part of buying in, a big part of the growth. Just like Coach was talking about the elite group, because you guys chose to show up. That's what makes you elite.
Yeah. I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. You know, I want to be respectful of your time, but I want to leave you with something that, you know, or before I open it up for any questions, but something that made a big difference for me during my career, and it came in my 8th grade season. And everything prior to my 8th grade year, I felt like I was doing right, okay? I felt like I was going to the camps. I felt like I was learning from the best coaches. I felt like I was, you know, doing everything that was expected of me, right? But I just wasn't seeing the results. And things like maturity and, you know, just physical, you know, maturity, mental maturity, all those things play a role. But I was forced. I can remember. I told my dad I wanted to quit wrestling. Okay. I told him I wanted to quit wrestling in 7th grade. And I remember making a decision in my mind before 8th grade season started. I said, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it for real. I'm going to do it for real. And that meant that I was going to train like a champion, right? I was going to train and live and do everything that I felt like I could to be the best wrestler that I could be, right? I started going to high school practices. You know, I was fortunate enough to be able to do that. I started watching film. I started lifting and running. You know, there's so many things outside of wrestling that contribute to being a good wrestler, you know, and I started to believe that what I was doing, really, I was becoming the best version of myself. And so that, along with, I started being mean. Okay. I didn't realize that wrestling was a street fight with rules. All right. Wrestling was a street fight with rules. You're going out there and you're bringing your best, and that other guy's bringing his best. All right. You have a decision to make. Are you going to let another guy or woman now impose their will on you? You know, so for me, I had to be a little bit meaner, you know, in those matches. You know, technique, strength, conditioning, all of those things come into play, but I had to win it here, right? I had to win it in between my ears, right? I was being mean. For me, was one of the answers or difference makers. You know, I was going to go out there. I didn't have like the best skills, I guess, but I knew that I was going to be mean, and I was going to fight, and I was going to accept that challenge every time I went out there. So I know that that's not always taught, is to be mean, but that was a difference maker for me. So
Yeah, that was a big deal of not so much maybe I thought of it differently, but I remember Sean Charles was one of my coaches in college, and I figured I knew how to be mean before that, but he said something one time that I remember stuck with me for a really long time, and it was meant to be like kind of a joke, but the seriousness of it was like, so what he said was, we were watching a match and he saw a guy do something to another guy, and he basically said, I just don't understand how a grown man lets another grown man do something like that to him. I just remember thinking like, yeah, that's right. Like, you should have enough pride in yourself and fight in yourself that like there's certain things you just go, well, that's not happening to me. And like, not that you're not going to get caught in it, but it's like, you know, that determination, the idea, the mindset of just like, there's some things that are just not going to happen to me because I'm just not going to allow that. That's not going to, it's not an option.
This is the elite group. Okay. So you guys got to start thinking like that. You got to start thinking, you know, and there's a saying that I was always told, but it's inappropriate to say, but it basically is on the same lines as my dad always told us. And maybe this is why I started thinking like this. I got to be mean. When I was on bottom, he was always telling us, you know, that guy's trying to drown you. You're going to let another guy hold you underwater and drown you before you could get out. And I just started thinking like that. You know, I'm 149 pounds in college. He's 149 pounds in college. He's not going to do that to me. No way. You know, and you got to start thinking like that. You know, a lot of people everybody's different. Everybody's style is different. There's defensive wrestlers. There's offensive wrestlers. There's funk, right? I love this whole deal with they're bringing Ben Askren back, you know, with on Flow. And just, this is a great time for you guys to learn. That's another thing. Continue to learn, you know, be a student of the sport. But you guys you're at that level. You got to start thinking like that. You know, start thinking like the best. So.
Absolutely. All right, Coach. Well, we're going to knock out a little bit of technique, do a workout. We really appreciate you stopping in to talk to us. A lot of great points, a lot of great takeaways. It seems like everybody was paying attention and focused. Whoever has cameras on, I can see is paying attention, focused, with the exception of looks like Patrick and KJ have started wrestling already. That's all right.
I appreciate you guys allowing me to share some wisdom with you, and hopefully I'll get to see you guys sooner than later. You know, I want to see you guys compete. I want to see you guys practice, but continue to follow the leadership that you guys have. You know, doing this kind of stuff is the best thing that you can do right now, so you need to do it. So
Awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach. Everybody let him know. Say thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All righty. we're going to mute everybody again, and we're going to go through a little bit of technique real quick. All right. Okay, so tonight we're just going to kind of go over, we're just going to be kind of short because we took a lot of time and I want to get this little workout in. So tonight we're basically going to focus on guts and laces and kind of changing between the two, offensively and defensively, between a gut and a lace and what we need to be looking for, what we need to be doing. All right. Coach Carver looks like getting his phone going. We're going to swap over to him. And you got to turn your camera on.
Wait, why is this?
Oh, that's fantastic.
My ears.
How cool.
How cool.
He's a musician.
You can turn your volume up too.
It's Miles Bissett.
There you go.
All right. Down, hold on. It's gonna be right in our face.
Nice.
There we go.
Sweet. Awesome. Carter, do you want to teach or do you want to do video?
It's up to you.
Your call.
You can teach.
Huh?
You can teach.
Well, I guess that works. I got shoes on and Jesse, you got shoes on.
Well, I guess that works. I got my shoes.
All right, so we're going to go over our lace and gut transitions here. So what we're looking for on top, Jesse's down. All right, so we there's a couple different ways we can lock up guts. We didn't really go over that yet. One is this kind of the shoulder strap where I lift and I run my feet here. When I do that, I like to grab my own knee. It helps me hold tight. I'm locking here. All right, then this is where Jesse would be working on his gut defense. So I'm thinking about those things of having my bottom arm or my far arm tight and deep, keeping my lock out from underneath of him, elbow tight over here, looking away from my gut. I'm trying to lift the hips. I'm trying to break that shoulder down. I'm trying to get my knee under his hip. I'm trying to drive here, keeping my shoulder on top, not sliding down. He's working his defense. As he's working his defense, I might stop and look to go to my lace. Okay, from my lace, what I'm trying to do when I transition from my gut to a leg lace is to get my shoulder below his butt before he can put his butt back. So what he's looking for is as I drop back, he wants to drop his butt back so I never get the shoulder under the butt. What I'm trying to do is get the shoulder under butt and attack knees so that he can't push his butt back, and I can start to push forward, and I need to try to bring his knees together, all right? There's a couple different ways to go about this, and we're not going to get too much into laces tonight. We're really going to focus on this transition from the gut to the legs, okay? So we're trying to get our hands to the knees and our shoulder in the butt crack, below his butt, all right? So what we would be trying to do is lift it around and go, not back. Okay, so now my shoulder can push forward. I can kind of work over to my legs. All right. So what Jesse's looking for here is he's trying to concentrate on two things here at once. He's got to be fighting this gut by getting his shoulder tall, like we talked about, far hip down and away. He's looking into the gut, traveling on his hands and his fingertips. And when I drop back, he's got to feel that pressure change, and he's got to push his butt back and get his knees really wide. But at the same time, he's got to be ready to go right back forward. Because if I don't get that gut, I'm looking to get, or if I don't get my lace, I'm going to go right back to my gut, okay? So we've really got to be able to pay attention and feel the change of pressure after there. But when we're running our gut and they release, drop back, for us to come back. Now, the other thing is, because we were just talking about, if I go to that lace and I miss it, he beats me with his butt back, and I go back to a gut, he doesn't want to be way tall. So he doesn't want to beat me with his butt, but also have the knees together and being tall in the air, right? So he doesn't want to be here doing it because I'm going to gut him and get him before he can get back down to the mat. So he wants to keep knees wide because it keeps his hips low and he keeps his chest low. So when I come back here and he's pushing butt back, it's here, right? So wide knees, head and chest kind of hanging low, keeps the hips lower to the mat. So when I try to gut, what you want to try to do is push yourself forward too. Okay, so don't just drop where you're at, because if I get my hands locked and Jesse shoots his knees backwards and goes straight down where he's at, I still have my lock, right? And he's underneath of me, my shoulder's tight. Come back up here. So if I go to that gut and I get my hands locked, he wants to shoot himself forward flat. Because now it stretches me out, and he has to get in a good position so I don't take that momentum and go. All right. Any questions on any of that you guys have? I'm gonna wander over here. Anybody kind of working it right now? Anybody having any problems? AJ's working on it a little bit. Good. Aiden, you kind of see you a little bit. Oh, Bo and Steven, you guys are killing it. Good job. Nice. Nice. Owen's beating up on his little brother. Any questions on that so far? No, I guess not. I'll just mess with you guys. All right, cool. Well, that's kind of the technique I had for tonight. If you guys don't have any questions on that, I'll just show a quick leg raise thing real fast. So I'm going to show kind of two different basic variations. There's lots of different variations. I'm not that well versed in freestyling, meaning that I never competed super high level of freestyle, but I've been around a lot of really high level guys, and I've learned a lot of different ways to do laces. And everybody kind of has their preference on why they do it a certain way. And I think it just has to do with things that you've been hit in before or ways that people have stopped you. But I know some people like to attack both knees from in between. Some people like to trap this knee with their knee and attack one leg here. Okay, but the gist is to keep the waist flat, so keeping the butt forward and trying to basically pull the knees together. All right. So when I do it like this, I'm here, I'm circling and scooping. If I trap with my knee and isolate, I'm doing the same thing. I'm stepping out and I'm scooping. All right. So what we're trying to basically do is just weave. We want to go under the far one so we can pull it over the near one and scoop under the near one. All right. So go over the far side. Okay. And you would not lock up like this, just to be clear. I would not reach up my arm and try to thread it through and hook here. Okay. The whole idea is to pull this foot over the near foot first and then scoop. So you never want to try to reach back and underneath here. It would not be very effective. All right. So I always like to, I like to pinch with one foot on this one, use my knee to block his knee from coming up to his side, use my shoulder to block his butt, and I'm isolating one leg. Okay. I'm just a lot better with one leg, and this one can't go anywhere now because my elbow is on it and my knee is blocking it. All right. He could try to possibly sit up and take it out this way. All right. But if he goes there, he's going to have a couple more problems to deal with. Yeah. That one. You turned down before. Sorry, I'm trying to snap your knee. Here. So when I go for my gut, what I like to do is I don't go from a good gut to a lace, right? If I have a good gut locked up, I'm not going to try to drop back to a lace. What I might try to do is try his hands, distract him to here. Okay, now my knee is out here on this hip, my shoulder's in the butt, and I'm attacking one leg. Step over, scoop, back step, bridge, jump. Under that lace.
Not like driving forward.
Yeah, same idea on your gut. So gut and lace. Okay, like I think the other day I was showing guts going that way, and a lot of times I do my laces this way. Same idea though is we're attacking this front quadrant, right? So if I'm gutting that way, I'm attacking this shoulder. If I'm lacing this way, I'm attacking this shoulder. But everything is trying to break down this arm and that shoulder. Okay, so a lot of people on laces, especially when you guys are younger, it'll still be effective, is just trying to roll. But I don't want to just try to roll. Okay, I want to drive up and over that shoulder. Not just sitting through here and trying to loop him backwards this way. Okay, I'm running my shoulder in his butt, and I run my feet, and I backstep, and I attack that shoulder, over that shoulder. Good point. Anything else on that one? Any questions on the leg lace there? Nope. Anybody? You guys are good? Nobody's very talkative tonight.
Yeah, real quiet,
All
guys.
right, well, we will finish today's practice. Boom, with a push-up workout. Okay, is your volume turned up?
Everyone's muted.
Oh yeah, I can see. I can see that. No one's talking. No one's talking. You guys aren't talking to me. Colin, you look like you're about to say something smart.
Hello.
What's up, dude? How you doing?
Good.
Did the leg lace make sense?
Yeah.
You got any questions on it?
No.
All right, show me real quick right now. Belly down, parterre defense. Talk to me real fast.
Right up here.
I want you on bottom, Colin. Go on bottom real quick.
Oh.
I didn't know your dad was there. I was going to have you just do something by yourself, but that's fine.
Oh, do something by myself?
No, you can do it by yourself, but he can be on there too. That's fine.
Okay.
I didn't know he was there with you. So when you're going backwards, I want to see you push back. All right. So when he drops to that lace, I want to see you push that butt back. Get those knees wide. Yeah, good. Now, what's something else that you can start doing there, Colin? Any other idea from right there where you're at?
From like this position right here.
Yeah.
Knee slide.
No, don't want to get long. We want to get short. So I want you to push your knees wider away from each other. Try to push your butt back to your heels, and then you can start peeling hands. So you can peel. No, not there. Here, let me show you this. Watch this.
Ow.
Peel it off the ankle.
Yeah.
Right? So Jesse goes back, and I'm pushing back here. I can start peeling these hands down. I don't come up tall if he's wrapping around my waist. Like, I'm not fighting hands here. Never fighting hands around my waist. Okay? So when we're down, and we go back here and he's on my knees, I can fight these hands and go back flat. Right? If he tries to push on that lace again, push back on my butt. If he comes to the gut, push him forward. Does that make a little more sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Good stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Anybody else got any more questions there?
No, we're good.
Nope, we're good. All right, let's move on with this push-up workout. We'll knock it out. And then we'll go get some dinner. I'm going to go get some dinner. You guys might already ate. I'm starving. I'm hungry.
So hungry.
All right.
Me too.
I'm going to try to do this as long as I can with you guys, but we might have to rotate in. Me and Jesse will rotate in. I don't know if you've already worked out, but
Yeah, like twice.
I'm not going to be able to do all this. I promise you. You guys are in way better shape than I am. All right?
I also
Sore from it.
took a run today.
Here we go. We're going to start with, so we got 3 rounds. 3 rounds of 6, 6, 4. Okay, and that is 1 set. We're going to do it 4 times. It's like, I think I added it up. It's 180 push-ups. And I told you wrong. It's not 6, 6, 4. We're going to go 5, 5, 5. So it's 15, 15, 15. That's 1 round. Okay, so it's 45 push-ups per round. All right, so first round is going to be regular push-ups, power push-ups, Supermans. Okay, so actually, let's just run through all the push-ups real quick because they're fast. So that way you guys will know everything that we're doing. So classic push-up, regular push-up, boom. Okay, power push-up is all the way off the mat. Okay, so we're going to push and we're going to get off the mat. All right, Superman, I hold for a 2 count. Feet off the mat, elbows off the mat, knees off the mat. Okay, that's a Superman or back extension. All right, wide grip push-up. Wherever you would normally do your push-ups, take your hands 1 hand outside. Little wide grip push-up. Okay, close grip push-up is the exact opposite. Wherever you normally do your push-ups, pull your hands 1 hand inside. Okay, close grip push-up. All right, then we got Supermans again. Last time through will be 2 types of push-ups. A raised leg push-up. So we're doing 4 rounds. So each round, just pick 1 leg. So you're gonna do 5 with a leg in the air. Okay. Then you got side crunch push-ups. So that is every time I do a push-up and I come up, I touch my elbow. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go down. I'm doing that on the down. I messed up. So when I go down, I touch my elbow to my knee. Then Superman. All right, you all ready? Here we go. First round. 5 regular push-ups, 5 power push-ups, 5 back extensions. Ready? Go. Good, good, good. All right. 5 wide grip, 5 close grip, 5 back extensions. Ready? Wide grip, go. All right. Last set here. 6 or 5 raised legs, 5 side crunch, 5 back extensions. Go.
Owen, can you mute your mic?
Colin ain't trying to hear Owen Nation. You don't want to hear the roar.
Where's your mic?
Earbuds. They're over there. We were running late.
Did you guys see the senator who was still mic'd up?
Taking a dump or something?
Yeah.
Blowing it up. All right.
Second set. Let's go.
I think
Regular push-ups.
my gimbal died.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? You can grab it. Grab the phone.
Oh, I get it. We run through the entire thing.
Yeah. All right. 5 regular push-ups.
5 regular push-ups. Go.
Power push-ups.
Then 10.
5
5
power.
power push-ups.
5, 5, 5 every time.
Then extensions. 5 extensions.
5 extendables.
Then 5 wide grip.
We go 5 wide grip.
Close grip.
Close grip.
Extension.
5 extensions.
One leg inside crunch.
The crunches are hard.
Those are tough. For me, not like the act of doing it, but physically able to. The super ones. I can't do it. I can't do my arms.
And then
Single leg. Whatever leg you didn't do the last time, put the other leg up. So if you had your right leg up last time, do your left. If you had your left leg up, do your right.
Bunch of killers in the elite group here. Killing this push-up workout.
Then
Gonna have
crunches.
bowling balls
you go
on
down,
your
bring your
shoulders.
knee to your elbow. Crunches. Tough.
It's like perfect technique. Mine weren't that good.
And then 5 extensions. I'll do the next one, I
Shall we
guess.
do the next one? I'll finish it off with 4. That way I feel like I did something with 2 times through it. I did half of what the children would do.
All right. Next time through.
Nice. All right. Well, we got 2 out of the way. Here we go. Third set. You guys ready? Here we go. Regular push-ups times 5. Power push-ups for 5. Nice. Then end it with the 5 extensions. There you are, Colin. I was wondering where you went off to.
I go 5.
I figured so. Wide grip push-ups. Keep your head up, neutral neck, neutral spine. Narrow grip. End it with the 5 extensions. Perfect skydiving Photoshop.
Get leg grease fit underneath. Okay, other leg.
Other leg, single leg push up.
And
Crunches, side crunch push up, side crunch push up. Ooh, I'm hearing some popping. That's good.
That popping was my elbow.
I think it was Coach Carver. 5 extensions. Finishing our third set here. Nice. Last time through.
Hell yeah.
Oh, there's one more. Just when you thought.
Bonus round, overtime, regular push-ups, times 5. Ready, begin. 1. Power push-ups for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, one more, extra for grandma.
one more.
If you can do a better extended Superman than Marcus, you're doing it right.
Yeah, don't do it like me. I can't even reach above my head. Now my hands don't come off that. That's 6.
Wide grip.
Got that extra. Wide grip. One wider. 5 of them.
Colin,
6.
you got to get up, Colin. Extend your arms, dude.
Narrow grip.
Are you doing 6 on every single one?
4, 5. What's that? 6, you say? Don't mind if I do.
Might if I take that extra one, do you?
Extend.
Six.
All right, single leg.
Single leg push-ups for 5.
Get up, KJ.
Oh, 6. He got an extra one in. Side crunch.
You know it.
And it's 6.
Just because. Boom!
Uh-oh, Miles is taking his shirt off. He's getting hot.
Miles, crush it.
Miles is sweating.
Keep crushing, Miles!
All right, last thing. Do a burnout set of push-ups, as many as you can do. End it.
Ready?
Burnout set, as many as you can do.
Go.
As many as you can do. Let's see who's got the best push-ups.
Sweet sauce. Sweet sauce. You guys gotta be tougher than me.
Here.
Be tougher than me.
You can end it like this.
You gotta be tough. Be tougher than me. Go, go, go. Who's got the most? Who got the most on their burnouts? Nobody? Oh, they're all still going. Everybody's still going. Everybody's still going. Crushing it. Oh, you guys are done. You guys are done. Beautiful. Good work. Good work, everybody. All right. Let's see. We're going to pick someone at random here. AJ. AJ, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. You got a choice between 1 and 2.
Okay.
Choose wisely.
2.
He picks 2. That was a terrible choice. I'm just joking. Great choice. All right. It was between the 2 core values that we talked about. So here's 1. Be a CEO. Challenge each other. That was the competition part. The part. We talked about this one today, right? Learn to love them. Thrive in difficult situations. Okay, take pride in your ability to problem solve, to see things through, to figure out a way, to overcome the obstacles, to beat those hurdles, to push through. Okay, take pride in your ability to do that. You're doing it right now. You guys showed up for class. You could be anywhere else. You could be sitting on the couch, binge watching Netflix, okay? But you're not. You're here with me. You're not hanging out with Rick and Morty. You're here. So good job, all right? Hold on, I'm gonna turn my camera on. Okay. Hey, great job. Tomorrow morning, we're gonna be back in here with Coach Jesse. Running, killing it in the morning. Coach Carver says what's up. He won't be there tomorrow morning, but you guys will be. 9 a.m. back here. Same code to get in. I'm pretty sure it's the same link. Go to the Facebook page. Text me if you need it. Show up. 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Does everybody have a kettlebell or a Corona kettlebell or a dumbbell or something that they can grab weight-wise? Okay? If you don't, totally okay. If you do, bring it with you to the workout in the morning. 9 a.m. sharp. Be there. If you miss it, you can watch it live. We finally figured out the recording, so we'll be able to get you guys the workout if you oversleep or if you're busy with family stuff. All right? We'll see you guys in the morning.
Marcus,
Yeah.
how do I get the shirt?
You can text me. You got my number. Or message me on Instagram. Message me.
Okay.
So go on the website, look through the shirts. Message me one of the T-shirts that you want.
All right.
All right. See you guys. Guys and girls.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
1, 2, 3. TWA.
I forgot our breakdown. 1, 2, 3. TWA.